Greetings, everyone. John Trischetti with Russ Lyons, Sotheby's International Realty, the Trischetti Group. Today, we're going to do another video testimonial with one of my clients, Pamela. She graced us with her presence and came in today to do this particular video testimonial, which I'm very happy about. So without any further ado, we're going to kind of get into it, talk about what the experience was like, and what it was like working with the Trischetti Group. So anyway, Pamela, how are you?
I'm awesome.
Yeah, nice to have you. Thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. So Pamela, the first thing I want to go through is tell me what it was like. How did you wind up meeting me?
It was a great story. Our neighbor Tara had a for sale sign in her yard for months, and it was there so long it was just a piece of yard art. And then I noticed it had changed, and then immediately there was a sold sign on it. So I went next door, and she's like, "Oh, Pam, I'm so glad you're here. I have so many things you can have." And I said, No, thanks. I'd like your realtor's number. And I called you the next day, and it was a great experience watching what Tara went through and then what we went through with you. It was great.
So just to let you guys know, what wound up happening is that Tara, she had another realtor. He had the listing for about 5 months. Like she said, the sign was in the ground. There were no showings. There was the pictures were terrible. The write-up was actually pretty decent because actually Tara was the one that did the write-up. But Tara was clearly frustrated. And then, like we said in the other video, we had a mutual friend of ours that referred Tara to me. And then when I took the listing, we prepared the home. We had a certain system and a process that we had to follow. And then the house sold basically like that. And then that's how you got involved.
Yes, that's how we got involved.
And then Tara basically told you, she said he has a process, right?
Yes. He said, just follow what he tells you to do and your house will sell. And that's what happened.
Yeah, so I came in and we gave the consultation. I laid out the expectations, kind of what we should go for, what the price of the home should be listed at, so on and so forth. And to their credit, her and her husband, Chris, who unfortunately can't be here today, listened to what I had to say. Mm-hmm. And I said when we went in there, I wanted to change some things around in the house. And we did that, right? Okay. And one of the things I wanted done was like decluttering, and we removed a big sofa that they had in their house, and but it all worked out, and it just was tremendous. And I think I frustrated them a little bit, right? Did I frustrate you all?
No.
Not at all? Okay.
No. Maybe you were worried about that, but we were along for the ride.
Okay.
100%.
Because it basically took almost about a month to prep the house.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, we had 21 years worth of stuff in the house. And there are many, many trips to Goodwill.
Okay. So, but once the house was decluttered and it was up to our standard, we knew we were ready to go. Mm-hmm. And then what wound up happening was once we were ready to go, we put the house up on the market. We had multiple showings. Yes. Right? And got it under contract. And we actually even had a backup offer. Yes. Right? That was at a higher number than we had actually contracted for. So why don't you tell them a little bit about how the communication was and like what the experience was like for you?
Well, at first, it's kind of scary, but you don't know what to expect. And at the same time, I was thinking, I want what Tara had. I want this to sell because we have a plan that we want to do in our life. So following the guidelines that he gave us, we made sure to, the house still looked so beautiful and personable. I had a lot of our taste in it, but it looked like a model home. And I'm going to live in a model home from now on just because it was so refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah. And tell them what your objective was. What was it, the reason for you listing the house?
So the reason was so that we can move to Europe and slow travel. That's our goal. And so we're going to be able to do that with the sale of the house.
Yeah. So they said to me that was their main focus, their main goal. And they actually, the other thing that he wanted was that he wanted to get it sold pretty quickly. Yes. Right. And that was the reason why you brought me into the house.
Absolutely.
So we winded up selling the house in the least amount of time. We got him a really good price. And we actually, believe it or not, we set the record in the subdivision on your property.
Did we?
We did for price per square foot. We did. So, yeah. And like I said, we had multiple offers. It sold pretty quickly. And there's other inventory in the area, right? Mm-hmm. And that inventory is just not moving. And why don't you tell me before I went to someone's house?
So what I did was I went to a couple of different homes with the flyer of our house that looks like, it's a show house. And so I went over there and I knocked on the door because they've had their sale sign up for it has to be 6 months. They didn't answer the door, but I wanted to tell them, you really need to meet Johnny because Johnny will get your house sold. And when we moved out and left, they're still putting stuff out of bulk trash.
Yeah. So like a big part of what you do when you list the properties, the preparation. I cannot stress to you how important the preparation is and coming out of the gate priced properly. Which a lot of times people are going to tell you, I'm actually experiencing this right now. Brokers are going to come in and they're going to promise you the world, and they're going to sell you a story that you're going to have something that you can believe in, but it's a unicorn. So do you want someone that's going to come in there, take the listing, overprice the listing, and then beat you up, have price drop after price drop after price drop, and then depending on the price of the home, you can lose hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars because it wasn't priced properly and wasn't marketed properly right out of the gate. That's not what we do here at the Trichetti Group. We come in, we look at the data, we interpret the data, we forecast the data, we understand where the market is going, and we set the homes up properly so they can sell quickly for the most amount of money. And that's the experience that you had, right?
It is. It was, you told us right from the beginning, this is how much you can expect to get. This is how long we think it will take. And it was so fast that you sold the house. So fast.
I don't want you to think that I can sell a house really fast, even though my numbers have stayed the same. And generally speaking, I do sell a house pretty quickly. And I'm confident that I can do that. However, I can't make any guarantees or promises. But I always say in real estate, there's 4 things. And I told you guys this, I believe, also. There's 4 things that's in real estate that's very important. You have price, conditions, features and benefits, negotiations, and I guess it's 5, right? Negotiations and whatchamacallit, eyes on the property, marketing. So eyes on the property, marketing, and exposure is what we're in control of, we the agent, right? Price and conditions, the seller is in control of, but we are there to advise you through the process, right? And when we advise you through the process, it's really up to the seller to take our advice and follow the system. If they do, this is the result.
Yep.
Right? Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And, you have another satisfied customer. And truthfully, I know I say this all the time, but who you hire really does matter, especially in real estate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
you have a great formula, and it worked for Tara, and it worked for us.
Yeah. And honestly, the system, no matter what market we're in, is bulletproof. And if you want to know more about that particular system and how we get houses sold quickly and sell it for the most amount of money in the least amount of time, we'd be happy to give you a free consultation. And then from there, I don't really have anything else. Would you like to add anything further to the video?
I would like to add that you and your crew, they're just so professional and timely and honest. And I think that you really gave us the keys to success and helped us to get there.
Thank you.
Thrilled. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, so Ayana was supposed to be here today, but Ayana's kind of a new addition to the Trichetti Group. And she's, she kind of handles all the paperwork, and that's kind of what I told you guys. I said that I would be there, I would set the house up, I'd get it prepared for sale. I'd be the one that would be doing all the showings, right? And then I would be the one that would be doing all the negotiating. But once the paperwork started, had to be generated, that Ayana would kind of take over the back end. But basically what I do is I'm there for the prep, I'm there to show the property, I'm there for the inspection, and I'm there for the appraisal. Once those 4 contingencies have been met, Ayana comes in and kind of just does like the paperwork in the background. So we'll make another video on that another day. But
it was wonderful to know that I was with a group of professionals who have such a great track record and were going to help us to be successful too.
Yeah, and it was just honestly, I said this to Pamela before, as much as it was a pleasure for you, right, it truly was a pleasure for us. Because we can deal with some pretty crazy people. And, it's part of the business, but it's refreshing when you're dealing with somebody that's as lovely as you guys are. And I say this on every video that I bring people in here. You're not only a client, but you're a friend.
Thank you.
And the relationship is what's most important to us at the Trichetti Group. So
yeah, it was a great experience to sell our house. I can't believe I can even say that.
Yeah, that's
occasion.
Awesome. All right, well, that's all I got. Anything further?
Thank you for everything.
My pleasure. Thank you. And if you want to know more about this system, this process, what we do, I know I kind of keep doing these videos. It's maybe a little bit redundant. But please, direct message me, email me, call me, and I'll show you how we get these things done. And last thing I want to say is don't buy into the bullcrap story that there's an area specialist and they work in a specific subdivision and they're the ones that sell the houses, and meanwhile their average number of days on market is 255 days because they overpriced the house. There are certain questions you have to ask the agent in order to have your house represented properly. And in order to understand that, you really should reach out to me and we can go over that in full detail. Again, thank you for watching this video. Many blessings to everyone, and we'll see you next time.
The name, the agent, the brand.